Prince Charles shocks with unbelievable warning issued to every American who supports Trump. Word on the streets is that Prince Charles loves terrorists and hates Trump supporters who want to be safe from the terror-loving animals. Prince Charles delivered a warning to Trump and his voters, and it's like worst warning ever, and this is where people confuse real warnings with fake news. For starters, Prince Charles wasn't exactly pointing fingers and warning people in particular, but that's exactly how it was perceived by the public. Perception is his reality, and if he wants to call it a threat, or warning, or whatever, so be it. He might say he was just having a talk and making connections based on his opinions and observations, much like everyone else does. If what he said is considered a warning, then so be it. That certainly won't faze Trump or Americans who support the 45th President of the United States. Here's a quick breakdown of that transpired. Prince Charles has warned the lessons of the Second World War are in increasing danger of being forgotten. Speaking at a fundraiser for World Jewish Relief, a humanitarian agency, the Prince of Wales remembered the indescribable persecution endured by Holocaust survivor and former Olympic weightlifting champion Ben Helfgott. Can Prince Charles remind us who's being persecuted these days? Does he not realize that conservatives are the ones under fire for standing up for their country against the sick liberals and their illogical life choices? Jewish people were under the worst conditions while Hitler reigned, and the comparison between then and now is nothing short of irresponsible and demeaning to Jewish people. How dare anyone compare that horrible time period to anything of today? Conservatives are being trashed left and right, called bigots for being patriots, labeled as racist, sexist, and anything else the left can think of. Conservatives are being silenced in a time of free speech. Social media is blocking and controlling what people see, and still, none of the persecution the liberals do to the right-wingers is anything close to what Prince Charles is suggesting or insinuating. I don't know who Prince Charles thinks the real victims are, but whomever they are, he's likely incorrect. If he's talking about Muslims being punished in the travel ban, then too bad. The people coming from the hostile countries don't like America or its people. Why would they want to be here, and why would Americans want them here? It's like a bad breakup where two people agree to stay away from each other, and that's what should happen. Are the liberals and their mentally unstable, gender-confused terrorist sympathizers being persecuted? Well, come on now, folks. We don't want men in the women's room, and we don't want terrorists in the country. If that's a hard concept to grasp, then too darn bad, and the persecution continues. However, anything a liberal endures today is nothing compared to what Jewish folks suffered through during Hitler's era. Don't even try to make comparisons or connections, because that's a low blow to Jewish people, and they have done nothing but thrive and succeed after real persecution. The prince, who recently issued a veiled warning over the election of Donald Trump, said it was his grandmother's sheltering of a Jewish family which inspired his work with a range of faiths. The work of World Jewish Relief enables us to rally together to do what we can to support people practically, emotionally and spiritually, the royal, who was appointed patron of the charity in 2015, told a crowd of hundreds. Particularly at a time when the horrific lessons of the last war seem to be in increasing danger of being forgotten. I admire Prince Charles' admiration for his grandmother and her willingness to shelter a Jewish family in a dire time for need and protection. That's an amazing thing that she did. She's clearly noble and honorable and teaches a lesson on how we should help those in need during dark times. However, if that's any connection to today's refugees, then I say to hell with that. I'd rather send refugees back to their hometown and let them fight for their own, because of how horrible their behavior is everywhere else. Sweden, France, Germany, nothing but increased amounts of crime, theft, gang rape, and worse. The refugees are ungrateful and hate everywhere they go. I'm 100% certain that the Jewish family hosted by Prince Charles' grandmother was a lot more appreciative of what they were given. I'm really certain that the family she sheltered didn't rape anyone in the house, didn't steal from her, and didn't kill anyone. There's a massive difference between the Jewish people of horrific Hitler times and the modern-day refugee who is most likely an uncivilized Muslim rapist. America is undefeated in world wars, and that is the lesson everyone should really remember. Prince Charles better get his SHT together. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.